Hi everyone, this is Ms. Tom with checkpoint number 5, solving equations. So we've got a series of notes for you, and I'm going to be going over the left-hand side to explain how to do this. Alright, so first of all, what we're going to do is we've got an equation. How do you do the equation? Well, we're first going to slice it. Then after we slice it, we're going to figure out which side has more x's to keep this equation balanced. So we notice there are two x's here and a negative x here. There are more on this side. So how do we get rid of or make this one go over here? Well, we're going to do the opposite of subtracting x, which is adding x. When I add one x to one side, I do it to the other, and then we notice there is a zero pair which goes by. And then we're going to go ahead and draw a line. We notice that 2x plus x will be 3x minus 3 is equal to 3. Then we're going to notice there's a minus 3. How do you get rid of a minus 3? Well, you're going to do the opposite, which is adding 3. What we do to one side, we do to the other side. Then this goes by. We draw our line. We notice it's 3x on this side, and 3 plus 3 is 6. Finishing up here, we're going to go ahead and go 3 times x is 6. Since it's multiplication, we keep doing the opposite, and the opposite of multiplication is division, so we're going to divide by 3. And we get x is equal to 2. Alright, how'd we do? Hopefully very well. Let's go over the next one. Alright, next one, we've got number 3. It is actually quite easy, so I'm actually going to go over number 4 with you. If you pay attention with me, you can actually enter this answer in on Canvas. Ooh, sneak peek on that. Alright, so I'm going to draw a line here, and then I'm going to go ahead and start working on the left-hand side. Before you even figure out which side has more x's, it's important to combine like terms so that you have an easier problem. So right here, you're going to see how it says 2x minus 1 minus 1. Well, we know minus 1 means going backwards, minus 1 means going backwards. So we're really just doing 2x, and since there's two 1's that are going backwards, it'd be minus 2. Okay? Then on the other side, we've got x minus 3, and here's the tricky part. This is why I'm going over this side with you. This negative is going to distribute here. So the negative times a negative is equal to a positive, so it's going to be plus 5. And then again, this negative distributes over here, and negative times x is going to be negative x. We've done a lot of distribution, but that side still needs to be combining like terms. So one thing I want you to notice is that there's an x value here and a negative x value here. So what happens is a negative x and a positive x makes a zero pair. So these are all gone. And then we've got negative 3 plus 5. Remember, negative 3 means going back. Positive 5 means going forward. So negative 3 plus 5, that's going to be equal to 2. All right. Now the problem is simple. Now the problem I feel you guys can do. So I'm going to go back to the right-hand side and go over this one. Okay? So once again, we're going to draw that line. Then we're going to be like, oh, this negative, just like the other problem, gets distributed over here. So it would be negative x. This negative gets distributed over here. So it would be negative 3. And then we say it's equal to 2x minus 6. All right, which side has more x's? Left side or right side? Oh, it's the right side because 2x is greater. So there's more here. So that means that negative x is going to need to be getting rid of it. So I'm going to add the x to both sides. This is going to be a zero pair. Bye. Going to draw a line here. So we have negative 3 is equal to 2x plus x, which is 3x minus 6. Then we're going to try to get rid of that minus 6 because we want x to be alone. How do we do that? We do the opposite, which is adding 6. What I do to one, do to the other. Those 6's cancel out. Draw that line. We've got 3x is equal to 3. And then if 3x is equal to 3, we're going to do what? We're going to divide it by 3 And we get x is equal to 1. All right. That was a little bit of cramped space there, but I think you guys can see what I mean. Okay, next let's go over number 5. Number 5, again, it looks a lot easier than number 6, so we're going to go over number 6 real quick. We're going to go ahead and draw that line on number 6, noticing a bunch of stuff's happening on that right-hand side, so we have to combine it. We've got 3x minus 4, but we've got that negative. That negative needs to be distributed here and here. Negative times 2 is negative 2. Then again, we're going to combining like terms just like we noticed. We've got 3x minus x. 3x minus x is going to be 2x. Then we've got negative 6 minus 2. Keep in mind negative 4 means negative, I said negative 6, didn't I? It's because I was saying the answer. Anyway, negative 4 goes backwards, negative 2 goes backwards, so we're at negative 6. Again, I kind of helped set it up for you because it's kind of a tricky question. That's going to be enough for you to solve on your own. Number 5, again, drawing that line, noticing we've got 10 over here, and x plus x will be what? X plus x will be equal to 2x plus 5. Again, I combined like terms. Now we want to get rid of the variable or the value next to the variable. So how do we get rid of this 5? We subtract by 5. We do to one, we do to the other. So then this goes by. Drawing our line. We've got 10 minus 5, which is 5, is equal to 2x. Now what? We're going to divide by 2. Why are we dividing by 2? Because 2 times what number? Will be 5. We do the opposite of multiplication, which is division. This becomes 1x. And our answer is 5 over 2, or 2.5. Woohoo! So far, so good. All right. Finishing up here, we've got number 7. Number 7, I'm going to go ahead and do, drawing our line here. Going to notice this distributes. So it's going to be 2 times x, which is 2x. 2 times negative 2 will be negative 4. Plus x is equal to 5. Then we notice that 2x plus x is going to be equal to 3x. We're combining like terms here. Minus 4 is equal to 5. Then we're going to go ahead and do the opposite of adding or subtracting 4. So we're going to add 4 to both sides. Drawing that line here, this becomes a 0 pair. So we have 3x is equal to 5 plus 4, which is 9. And then lastly, we're going to divide because the opposite of multiplication is division. And we get x is equal to 3. All right, so far so good. We're on to our last example together. Again, if I'm going too fast, pause the video, rewind. Okay, let's go over number 9 now. We have 5y plus, and I know you see parentheses, but there's really not much you can do here. It's just this parentheses is what we have, okay? So at this point, I'm just rewriting the question. Then we're going to combine like terms. We're going to notice 5y and negative y. What does that add to? 5y means going forward. Minus y means going backwards. Where are we at? We're at 4y. Then we notice there's a minus 2. Minus 2 means going backwards. Minus 2. Okay. Other side, we've got 4 plus y. Which side has more x's? Left side or right side? We notice right side has more, or left side has more, because 4 is greater than 1. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take away y from both sides. This becomes a 0 pair. We end up with 3y minus y, which is 3y, or 4y minus y, which is 3y. Minus 2 is equal to 4. We want to make sure to get rid of that minus 2 by adding 2. Do the opposite, right? Add that to both sides. This goes by 3y is equal to 4 plus 2, and 4 plus 2 is going to be what? My computer just shut down. Okay. Sorry about that, you guys. There was like a minor hiccup, but anyway, we're over here, so then 3y is equal to 6. What do? We've got to divide by 3 to both sides, and we get y is equal to 2. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and let me know if you have any questions. I'll see you next time.